Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna showcase a double fighting team, which I got suggested by a viewer on Twitch when I tried to look for a team with Steelix. And if you just think, oh no, Steelix again, like XL, you cannot use that, stuff like that, I wouldn't even recommend using Steelix. There are better options than Steelix for this team. Like if you want to go no XL, use the Emporion in the lead. And if you have like an XL Stunfisk, it's a better Steelix basically, so I would recommend this rather than anything else. But this team got me to 2,850 points, which is my new season high. And I already tanked 200 points again from that, but on purpose, as queue times are just crazy up there, and I don't want to sit in the queue for 3 minutes to find one battle. To just play against triple XL, it's just not, we're like 60, I think we still have 60 days left of this season. I'm just not in the mood. I just used Kingler, I used Alone Raichu and Chiefly on a team, and I went, I think, 4 and 16 with this. Oh no, I think actually 6 and 14, so pretty decent, lost 200 points. But this was the main goal of the team I built there, so that was not the problem. But this team was like really solid. Different problem as well for this team, where like Emporion and G-Fisk are way better, is Talonflame. But Talonflame is actually not the biggest problem here, but they see this. I think I already had a short up with that before. I don't know. We have to see. This is gonna come on Monday. I think on the Sunday evening. You saw this battle already. I would have lost this battle where if my opponent didn't throw the charge move there, but him throwing the charge move instead of farming down was like so nice. But yeah, I would rather recommend you using either Emporion or the G-Fisk in the lead instead of the Steelix. Just want to see if Steelix can do something. Steelix only real better matchup are okay, and for Emporion it would be Dragonite lead would be better for Steelix, and Jellicent would be better for Steelix, but for like G-Fisk, even they're more like kinda similar. Like even the Jellicent matchup is not the best for Steelix, as the Jellicent can debuff you, Crunch doesn't do as much as you're like a super bulky Pokemon. And yeah, so I would rather recommend using something else, but the backline is super solid with that. Like, or if you have like, I think Skarmory would still work. Bronzong might also work. Bronzong might be but a bit more tougher against the Jellicent, but like just a good steel type in the lead, and like this backline is like super solid still. I really liked using the Gallade again, something I haven't used for like a long time. Of course, Gallade was in my rank 1 in the world team season 3, which just like brought me a lot of attention, so kind of like still some connection with it. Against Talonflame leads here, you think, okay, this thing completely wrecks my whole team, but with some team effort you can actually get this thing kind of down here. But my opponent swapped perfectly into obstacle, which is crazy. We lag here a bit, like lag is still like crazy right now. But what you usually want to do against the Talonflame lead is go for the crunch immediately, and if you go back into Talonflame here, gonna go back into Talonflame and no shield the flame charge, then your opponent also most likely no shields and is at around half health, which gives you then the option to go into your Shadow Gallade and farm all the way down into shields, and you get like a lot of energy then, or you can also throw before, and then you have like, you don't even have to use 2 shields. But yeah, you see how much the Shadow Gallade got chunk against them. I should have thrown a move here actually, and it was kind of stupid on my part. But you see, like, Shadow Gallade just completely destroys this thing. My opponent is crafty in the back. I shouldn't bait here, I think, but I'm gonna bait here. And the bait helps me out a lot, as we can just go for one more close combat here. Gonna KO this thing and gonna farm down the Talonflame. Even though I had the Talonflame lead, we won this game easily. Talonflame lead is like actually not the worst. Ferrothorn, not really good for us, but we have 2 fighting types in the back. We would survive a move here, so you don't have to shield, so I don't shield here either. Especially when your opponent goes and take advantage afterwards, as this is really good for us, because we don't really want to face it with our other fighter in the back, and we can just farm all the way down with the Steelix, as Steelix resists every move here, and even double resist the electric type moves, does nothing to us. Like we can just farm all the way down in this. Eventually I should have waited longer. At this point of time I think I just tried to catch the move, which worked out perfectly fine. And here we can just farm a bit extra. I think I have to shield. Okay, my opponent has a Nidoqueen. It's gonna be interesting if we can still win this game. Nidoqueen is really good against our Toxicroak still, even though like their moves are not what's it called, like all resisted, but it can still like do a lot of damage with Poison Jab. Like Nidoqueen is like one of the coolest Pokemon right now in Ultra League. I should have used it a bit more this season, I think. I mean, I think I did like 3 teams with it, so never mind, but yeah, it's a really enjoyable Pokemon. I expected him here to bait, which was the case, and now I have 2 shields against the Ferrothorn, which is already half health, so I basically have to get to maybe 2 Earthquakes, I don't know. I know that I survive a Power Whip there, so now I have like still 2 shields to save myself from the Power Whips, and we can just go for the farm down at this point of time, as my opponent has to get to 2 more Power Whips at this point, and we can just get an extra move in. It's gonna be a good game. We just Dragon Tail down the Steel type. That's what the Steelix can do. Sometimes Steelix is really good. Against Yasa, you always use like triple XL. You have a really good lead here, but yeah, another problem for this team is Playtoad. There, if he goes into 2 shields here, there's nothing we can do. What we have to hope is that he's just gonna let one of the moves go here, and I don't think it's gonna happen, as he knows that we're gonna lose this in 2 shields. I know that I can't get to another move before him at this point of time. Oh, never mind, I cannot. Okay, he got an extra move in there, I think, then. Kinda annoying, but we have to get him low, so we're just gonna go for a Leaf Blade here, gonna get last shield. We should not get to another move. Oh, yeah, we have no shield anyway. But we can just go into our Toxicroak now and throw a move before he gets to an Earthquake, as Earthquake would be super effective and gonna KO us most likely even, or like get us close to being KO'd. Goes back into Dragalge, and yeah, Ferrothorn against us. Ferrothorn is better than us against the Steelix there. There's nothing we can do here, I think, sadly. Power Whip just gonna be too strong. We're just gonna go for the Earthquake here, which gonna only put him to half. There's nothing really we can do there. Triple XL on my opponent's part. It's something that I like really dislike about Ultra League there. I wish there was like an option for an Ultra League Classic or something without XL. For me, like I think like my playstyle is just really suited for really attacking metas, and with the addition of XL, it kind of hinders me. I can play like complete bulky and try to outbulk my opponents, but that's something I dislike to play. Like, I rather play really attack and like fast-paced games instead of like those super bulky teams, even though super bulky teams of course have a big advantage in this current meta, sadly. So I'm looking forward to the Remix Cup for Great League, but if you take a look at the Remix Cup for Ultra League, it's a complete mess. Like, you don't really want to see that at all. It is basically everything that got banned there is Pokemon that were good without XL candies, and now you have basically only XL Pokemon there anymore, which is just like completely the opposite of what they wanted to do, because since this season like those XLs are like everywhere, and it wasn't the case in the last season. They took basically the base of the last season, and now everybody has like Ferrothorn, Alone Ninetales. I haven't seen like a team, I think, without an XL Pokemon here recently, so, and all of them are still allowed. I think there's not I don't know if there has even a single, I think only Umbreon and Talonflame are banned or something. And yeah, you know, like the best Pokemon is G-Fisk, and still there, all the other XL Pokemon, Dragalge, Steelix, stuff like this, are all like super broken in Ultra League Remix, and I'm not really looking forward to that. Here, Ferrothorn, of course, we go into a fighter. Do I shield this time around? No, I'm just gonna go straight for the move here. Oh, I think this is the game. Ouch. That's why you should not always bait. Some people just expect you to bait there if you go early. But I did not, and here I'm just gonna let it go, because I know that I'm gonna get outspeed to the next move as well. So I have to go into my Toxicroak. Do I shield here? Okay, it's a Weather Ball. Now I have to shield, definitely. And I'm gonna try to farm up some extra energy here. And I hope this Sludge Bomb gonna KO him. And it does, and my opponent has a Nidoqueen. That's gonna be a good game, as we have our Steelix still. And there's nothing really my opponent can do here at this point of time. Can go for a move, but Steelix is just so bulky that it does not care at all, and we still have the option to get rid of a debuff or something. His only play there is if I shield this move, and even then he would lose, so good game there. Yeah, he surrenders at this point of time. It was a really gutsy no-shoot from my opponent, didn't really work out for him. Skarmory, and here I make a mistake. I should have went into the Gallade there. I could have just found him all the way down, could have got to 2 close combats against the Skarmory. It would have been a way better spot, but I just like panicked and went to the wrong Pokemon there. kinda stupid, as I have to go for 2 shields down now. And this is gonna cost me the game, because I wanted the wrong Pokemon. Mistakes like this just happen to everybody. Like, sometimes I also still panic, even though I played more than 10,000 games of Go Battle League. It's just what happens sometimes, it's okay. My opponent has a Swampert in the back. This is gonna be a good game. There's nothing to do here because I don't have any shields anymore. And yeah, I could have just shielded once, I think, against the Blaziken, and would have even got a shield against the Skarmory back. So that would have been a way better spot there, I think. But even then it would be difficult, as the Swampert would have also be really good against my Toxicroak, but yeah. It's okay, it's okay. Next opponent. I always play against this opponent. Like, I think this opponent is like in every single of my last 3-4 videos or something. It's crazy. But yeah, you have the Jellicent matchup here, which is not the best, especially if the opponent goes a Bubble Beam early, as the Crunch does like nothing. But it's still, I think you still win this in the Zero Shield all the time. And my opponent goes for a Shadow Ball here, which is fine. I know that I'm gonna survive another Shadow Ball at this point of time. I'm gonna go for the Crunch here. And I just want to get him low. And because I know that I survived it, I think I'm just gonna swap out and try to get an energy lead here on my Gallade, which worked out perfectly fine. Energy lead on Gallade is always nice. And here I'm just gonna bait my opponent, because he definitely does not want to get a close combat against him. And I'm gonna survive another move here. And I can go for a Leaf Blade at this point of time, and this also might get a shield, because this thing is like so scary. Like, a lot of people are scared of the shadow damage from this Gallade. So here my opponent goes for, I think, the bait. Yeah, the correct play there. I think he would have done a lot of damage against me, but the bait, of course, doesn't make sense here. And now I have to let at least one go. And I think this is actually the matchup where... Oh no, okay, there was like one matchup where I survived at 1 HP. Now we have Toxicroak against Toxicroak. I still have a shield, so my opponent can't go straight for the move. I have to get to 2 moves at this point of time. And I'm gonna be able to get there. That's gonna be a good game. I think we have one more last game. Today is also the day when we're gonna have the Element Cup. I'm gonna do like a... Oh, we actually play against a Niantic employee here right now. Against Michael. Yeah, today is going to be the day of Element Cup as well. I'm going to publish a video most likely immediately when it comes out, and I can play my battles. Shouldn't take that long, maybe like 1 or 1.5 hours later after the game dropped. The cup dropped, and yeah, I'm going to showcase that. I'm also going to do some battles in the Master League soon. I also have like a really spicy Pokemon I want to use in Master League. There is like some play for it, but I think it's gonna be really difficult to win a game with this Pokemon. It's gonna be super funny if I can. We have to see. But yeah, here my opponent has a Scrafty, and I kinda have to bait him at this point of time, I think. And the Leaf Blade gonna get the shield here, and I have to call a bait here as well. I think if I don't, it's gonna be a bit difficult, but I call the bait there with a Power Punch, which worked out perfectly in my favor. I'm just gonna go for the Leaf Blades at this point of time, as this should be enough to KO him actually. And here goes for another Power Punch. I can go for the Leaf Blade immediately, and this point I'm definitely also in range for the Steelix to KO him. And yeah, I'm just gonna let this one go. If it's a Power Punch, fine. If not, also okay. We go down at the same time. And now we have the Skarmory against Steelix. That's gonna be a good game. Thanks all for watching. I hope you have a nice start into the Element Cup as well, and see you in the next video.